Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. I thought we could start off the full day of eating right here in my kitchen where I do all of my eating pretty much. This is actually gonna be like a summer what I eat in a day because when we are out of our homeschooling routine, then I find that my eating routine kind of shifts a little bit. And so I thought that I would share that with you guys. I want to thank today's video sponsor. It is Bellway, and you guys will see them, of course, as we get into my what I eat in a day video, because my fiber supplements have really helped me with a lot of different things that I was experiencing. So that is why I continue to partner with Bellway. So you'll see more from them later on in the video. But I wanted to start it off here with a little bit of kind of like a sit down chat. If you guys have been around my channel for a while, you may remember something that I did. It's a playlist still on my channel called the Mom Fitness Files, where I would sit down and share fitness advice and like stories of, you know, my experiences and stuff. And I was filming all of those videos pretty much when I very first started my channel. I've added a few here and there to it, but it's really kind of something I've gotten away from doing. Really not intentionally, but just because, to be honest, fitness content doesn't do as well on my channel. So I try to make videos that I know you guys want to watch, and it's obvious from the views that not a lot of people want to watch the fitness stuff. But with that being said, I still maintain fitness as such a huge part of my life. It's so important to me, and there's so many spiritual parallels to fitness and exercise and taking care of your body that it's still something I'm really passionate about. So I thought we could throw it back to a little bit old school Grace and Grit videos here and start off this what I eat in a day with kind of like a sit down at my kitchen fitness chat with you guys. And I thought it was perfect timing because I know a lot of you who watch are homeschoolers, and a lot of you are taking off time for the summer. And when we take off time from our usual routine, which may or may not have contained, you know, exercise as a part of your daily like priority list, we can either feel like we're on the struggle bus because our routine is different, and so we're not fitting in exercise, or we're traveling more, so we're not exercising or eating really all that well. And then on the flip side of that, sorry if you guys can hear my dishwasher, it's running in the background. But on the flip side of that, we can also, as we start to look ahead at our next school year, we can really sit down and kind of have an honest conversation with ourselves about how we've done in that department, and look ahead at what we might want that to look like for the next school year. So I thought we could sit down and talk about this. Now I kind of threw in the title like best fitness advice for beginners, but really this is for anybody. It's just kind of important stuff that always needs to be like, you always need to be reminded of. So I did write down a few little notes. The personal trainer in me is coming out, but this is kind of really just basic level thoughts here, but you know, you might think on some of these things a little bit more deeply. So one of my best tips if you're wanting to develop fitness routine, a schedule, get back into shape after babies or a long time or the first time, is that you need to choose to do something that you enjoy. Now, I used to have clients that would tell me like, I don't enjoy any exercise, that's why I don't do it. And I appreciated their honesty, but when they would say things like that, I would say, okay, so what do you enjoy more? You know, like you might not love it, and some days you're not gonna feel like it. But if you pick something to do that you semi-enjoy, or that is like the lesser of two evils, then that is a great place to start. So if you hate running, please don't set yourself up to fail and say you're gonna run, you know, 6 miles a week or something like that. So yeah, choose a physical activity that you enjoy, that you can do more than like twice a week. If you're doing something that you like, but you're super sore when you're doing it for days, like a long time, for multiple weeks in a row, then it might not be the right thing and we might need to back off a little bit. So pick something that you enjoy if you're trying to develop a fitness plan or schedule for yourself. The next little piece of advice I have is to not tackle everything all at once. So don't go for the overhaul. Don't go for the, I'm spending $200 on supplements, I am going vegan, and I am working out 6 days a week, because you will burn yourself out so fast. So pick one area of focus and focus on that for a good while, like a month to 6 weeks, and then address the next thing. And then when you address the next thing, do that gradually as well. So a lot of people will ask me, you know, if I have weight to lose, what should I start with, exercise or food? And while scientifically the answer is food, if you're more likely to change what you're eating because you're exercising, that does happen, then you might start there. So I don't think that there's a perfect answer for that. I think it really comes down to what you are more likely to stick with. A lot of people, once they start becoming more physically active and thinking about food in a different way, they don't want to eat the things they were eating before because they know how hard they worked when they were walking for 3 miles or when they did a weightlifting workout, you know. And so don't do everything all at once. That's what I'm telling you. Remember that consistency wins always. It wins in all areas of life, in homeschooling, in discipline, in structure, in your home, in your cleaning schedules, in everything. Consistency always wins. So what does that mean? That means that if you get busy and you lose track of your routine and you didn't work out last week, you know, you don't wait until Monday to start over. You just pick it up on the next day. If you have a totally off day of eating, you don't wait until Monday to, you know, to correct it all. You just do what you can do consistently, and you will see far more benefit of being consistent than you will intense. And by intense, I mean like strict diets for 6 weeks or a super intense exercise program and then you quit working out. Like, whatever you do consistently is what matters most. So always remember that consistency. And I like to look at my fitness stuff from like a way bigger picture than week to week. So I like to look at it at like a month. Like, how many workouts did I do this month? And sometimes the other people have found that to be helpful, so I would just suggest that. The next thing is, when you're setting like a workout time for yourself or a routine for yourself, pick a time where there are the least amount of obstacles to talk yourself out of doing it. Now, this is something that I have really struggled with as a homeschooling mom. I do not struggle with wanting to exercise because I always want to exercise, because I feel better when I am exercising. I feel better physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. But what I have struggled with is finding the time that works the best for the different seasons of homeschooling that I've been in, as I've been sharing here for 5 years. If you guys remember last year, I committed myself to working out in the mornings before my kids got up, so I had the whole day with them. And that was so counter my natural body clock that what was happening was I was starting to hate working out, but only because of the time I was doing it at. And I just said, no more of this. Like, I love exercise, and the fact that I'm feeling all of these negative emotions to it, I knew it wasn't the exercise, it was the time I was trying to force myself to get up and like put my body into motion right away in the morning. And there's people that love that and can do that. That is not me. I've never, ever done that. And it just was not working. So whether they're actual obstacles like small children, or whether they're mental obstacles because you're trying to force yourself to do something that just is against everything natural about your natural rhythm and your circadian rhythm and all that stuff. Pick a time that presents the least amount of obstacles. Then going back to the dietary changes, like everyone says, well, I have so much work to do, like where should I start? My biggest tips have nothing to do with how much protein you're eating or how much vegetables you're consuming. My biggest tips, if you know you need to make a change, are eliminate all drinks except water and like coffee with no sugar if you need some coffee, and cut out processed sugar. So keep the processed sugars way, way low, increase the water, and don't drink calories. Those are like the easiest starting points where if you do nothing else, start there. And then the last thing is be adaptive. Like I was just saying, you don't have to give up if something's not working, you just need to change it. So, you know, sometimes we may be doing the same style of exercise for a long time, and I'm using as an example of myself in this story. You know, you might be used to a certain intensity, or you might be used to a certain type of exercise, but then for whatever reason, whether it's physically, mentally, your age, your desire, you know, you just can't do that, what you used to do. Do you like give up altogether, or do you adapt and adjust? You definitely adapt and adjust. So I wanted to give you guys some tips for fitness if you're looking to make a new routine, or if you're looking to establish a routine, or if you just need a little boost, there you go. And then the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is what fitness means to me. And I think that this is so important for anybody to have a clear definition of. I don't know if it's something that's just in my own head, or if it's something that people actually think. I know that some people think like this, but when they see somebody that spends the amount of effort and energy that I spend on what I eat and daily exercise, it can be very easy to think like, oh, well, if she eats like that and she works out like that, then shouldn't she be like, you know, whatever your mental picture of fitness is. And I probably don't look like that. And that's okay, because I know why I care about my body, and it actually has very little to do with the way the outside of it looks. So I spend all of the time and energy that I spend on my fitness and what I eat, because I want to be strong and never held back from doing things with my kids or going on adventures, and I want to live a long life. I don't want to die of preventable disease, and I want to be healthy. So that is why I care so much about this. It has nothing to do with the way that my body looks on the outside. I have a lot of internal stuff that I am working in opposition against. And so I think sometimes people think like, oh, if you spend that much time on exercise, you should be like a size 0. And I don't want to be a size 0. That's not my natural body type. I could not become a size 0 if I starved myself. And it has taken me years and years and years to really be so accepting of just, this is the way that I am. This is what I look like when I take care of my body, and I am fine with that. I am okay with that. And so me exercising and eating right is not about changing what I look like anymore. It was for a period of time when I had weight to lose. It's not about that anymore for me, and that's what I mean by being adaptive. Sometimes you have to let your definition of why you're doing something evolve and change. So my definition has gone from wanting to lose weight, because I did have weight to lose after having kids, to just always being ready. Like if there's an emergency, I'm strong and I can, you know, help. If I am on a hike with my kid and one of them rolls their ankle and they can't get back down the mountain, I can put them on my back and carry them down. If I was stranded somewhere, I could walk for a very long time. Like, these are the things that I think about, and I don't ever want to be held back by my own physical limitations because I didn't take care of myself. So that is why I continue to exercise. That is my motivation. That's why I dedicate so much time to eating right and trying to take care of my body. And I think that that is my last and final piece of advice before we get into the full day of eating, is define why you're doing what you're doing, define what it actually means to you, and define how you're gonna measure what that looks like. Like, if it's weight loss, then, you know, how are you gonna measure your success in that area? If it's for reasons like I said, how are you gonna measure that? Is it gonna be like going out and doing things with your family and not ever having to really look and be like, ooh, guys, I don't think we can do that hike. That one looks a little hard, you know, or whatever the case might be. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, but now we will get into the full day of eating.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got it?
So like I mentioned, today's video is sponsored by Bellway, and you guys already saw that I took my Super Fiber Plus Collagen. Right after I had breakfast, I just mix it with cold water and my immersion blender to really mix it up. When you take the Fiber Plus Collagen supplement, you do want to drink it right away, so I try to drink it pretty quickly. You guys can see, if you've never heard of Bellway before, that they have all kinds of fiber products on their website, from just plain fiber to the Fiber Plus Collagen. They recently launched a new vegan protein plus fiber, and so they just have a ton of really amazing supplements. This Bellway is a part of their beauty line because collagen is known to help with skin and hair and nail growth. Every product from Bellway is gluten-free, has 0 grams of sugar, and is made with real fruit. So this one contains your psyllium husk prebiotic, as well as 15 grams of collagen, hyaluronic acid, which is known to help with your skin. And then you're getting all of the benefits of taking fiber, which is a happier stomach, less bloating, feeling better, youthful appearance, and really a lot less bloating in my experience. That is why I continue to work with Bellway for as long as I have, which has been, gosh, over a year now, because I've seen such a difference in my skin, my hair, my stomach, from starting to take a fiber supplement. So I was probably like a lot of you guys before I started taking Bellway, and thought that I ate well enough to have enough fiber in my diet, and I didn't realize that I was actually lacking in fiber. They have a comparison of actually needing to consume about 10 salads per day to get the recommended amount of dietary fiber that you can, that is recommended by the American Heart Association. So it's not something to just like think of as like, oh, another silly supplement to take. Like, taking fiber is really, really good for you and very important for your heart health, especially as a woman. That's why I keep sharing Bellway, because I love it so much. So I will have a link and a 20% off coupon code for you guys down below where you can check out Bellway. The coupon code works on any of the products that they have on there. So if you don't want to, you know, take the collagen plus the fiber, you could just get regular fiber, or you could try the new vegan protein with the fiber. There's tons of different options and flavors on there for you guys to check out. So the links and all that information will be down below, but thank you so much, Bellway, for continuing to partner with me on videos. So now that it's nice and hot outside, I really am trying to drink about 3 of these hydros a day. I absolutely love these True Lemon Lemonade raspberry little sticks. My friend actually got me these and I love them. So if you struggle to drink water because you just want to taste something different, try these out. They have them in the stick or the little packets, and there's 10 to choose from, and they're not terrible for you. So I like adding those to my water and drinking it throughout the day. So this is what I was talking about through the summer, my eating schedule changes. So I'm running out to do some errands because when I'm not homeschooling, I am able to get errands done in the middle of the day, which is kind of nice, rather than having to save them all for like the weekends and things like that. So anyway, I have a few little errands that I need to run, and I never leave home without my water and a snack, because did you guys know that if you're dehydrated, and you might not think you are, but if your body is actually dehydrated, sometimes you seem hungry, but really you need water. So I always bring my water, and I always grab a snack. Through the summer, having the convenience of like things like this that I can just grab a protein bar or whatever it might be, I just always bring something with me, because then if I get hungry when I'm out, I'm not tempted to stop. Saves money, and it also prevents me from making a bad choice or really getting in a bad mood because I'm hungry and my blood sugar is low. So I always bring something even if I'm not hungry at that moment, because sometimes you're out, things take longer, and my kids do the same thing. So that's kind of like a habit we've developed as a family. So yeah, always leaving with the snacks and the water in the summertime. For lunch, I am just having that cauliflower that you guys saw I got from Trader Joe's, mixed with some chicken that I already had made in the refrigerator. It's just salsa chicken in the crock pot, shredded up with the cauliflower rice. So I'm getting ready to have a little coffee this afternoon. I'm just doing the iced coffee unsweetened with oat milk and then these little mini Kind bars. I get asked why I like oat milk a lot over almond, and I just think it's more creamy, so I prefer oat milk over any of the other milk alternatives, so that's why I like it. But just got some ice in my cup and gonna have a little afternoon coffee. Just pulled what might be the largest apple I've ever eaten from the pantry. We're not eating dinner until later than usual tonight, so I'm gonna have this apple now because I'm still a little bit hungry after having lunch and that Kind bar. So I'm gonna have this apple now to hopefully hold me over until dinner. If I'm still hungry, I will have a protein shake. So for dinner tonight, we are just having a roast, crock pot roast with potatoes, carrots, and onions. I've been cooking it not since early this morning because it's summer break and I didn't get up super early, but that's okay because we're having dinner later than usual. But that's all dairy-free, gluten-free, obviously, and that is honestly the easiest way to make dinners for me with this new dietary changes I've made, is just sticking with like whole food recipes, like doing recipes that call for all different kinds of stuff. That's when it gets really tricky. So I stick with like simple things, meat, vegetables, always, and then that seems to be the easiest way. So that is what we are having for dinner tonight. So I think I've shared this tip before, but I always like to give myself an option if I want something later when I am relaxing after the kids go to bed and I'm either watching a show or working or whatever. And I found these oat bars. I haven't tried them, but they are like basically fudgesicles but with oat milk. I got them at Trader Joe's and they look really good. So if I want something later and the sweet tooth strikes, then this is what I'll have. And these are not going to ruin your whole day because they are only 100 calories each. So I love having options like that for myself. So that is gonna be it for this full day of eating, as well as that little sit down fitness chat we had at the beginning. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you have any questions for me, post them down below. Be sure to check out the link and the coupon code to Bellway. It'll be all down in the description for you guys. And let me know if you have any other fitness type videos you'd like to see on my channel. I'd like to start bringing some of those back if there's enough requests for them and they'll actually be watched. So anyways, thank you guys for watching and I will see you all in my next video really soon. Bye guys.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got our lines crossed? wishing for something better. I try to fix things that weren't broken, misunderstand